So now that you've had a foundation in the digital lighting experience fixture types and the smart luminaire technology, we're going to talk about controls. Why is it relevant that we're talking about smart luminaires and smart controls? I mean, it's relevant because A, they're on all these projects, but also the needs and expectations of customers, of building owners and engineers has changed. People demand more from their lighting systems. They demand better lighting performance from a luminaire perspective, but also from controls. The other thing that's driving so much of our market are energy codes. So right now, the next version of energy code that will be mandated will be the ASHRAE 90.1 2010. And that particular code is going to demand daylight harvesting zones, bi-level switching zones, manual on zones. Things that we've seen out in California and elsewhere are now being employed or are going to be taken up by other states. And so we're adding and we're introducing complexity into a space. And so with that complexity, we have to be aware of how people use the space and how people are comfortable in the space. So I'll often tell people, what's the most economical and simple lighting control interface on the planet? And the truth is, it's a toggle switch. It's 79 cents. And everyone gets it. That turns your lights on and off. It doesn't get any cheaper. The reason there's all these codes are because people are generally too lazy or forgetful to turn the lights off. But that's simple. A rotary dimmer is simple. Everybody knows how that works. But now we're talking about introducing a variety of sequences of operations into a space that will either increase performance of the space in terms of lighting and tuning, but also for energy management and improved energy performance. So as an example of complexity, imagine now I have a classroom with a whiteboard light at the front of the classroom. On my side lighting next to the windows, I'm doing daylight harvesting. So the teacher now wants to do a presentation, so she turns off the whiteboard light. But now what if the daylight harvesting zone is moderating or modulating its light based on sun coming in? That becomes distracting. So now you have to have a button, basically, on a digital type control station that can allow that teacher or that user to press a button to disable or temporarily suspend the daylight harvesting and also turn off the whiteboard lights. That's complexity. So now, that's something you certainly can't do with a toggle switch or a standard wall box dimmer. So controls and the environments in which we operate have just become more complex, and there's really no getting away from it. What Acuity and Sensor Switch have truly achieved is really revolutionary. They've taken a digital fixture, a digital platform, and embedded that platform with intelligent controls. When I take an in-light switch with an RJ45 connector and I plug it directly into the fixture, it works. Every one of these LED fixtures is dimmable. So the plug-and-play concept is important, especially when you start looking at the complexity of different things that are happening within the space. We're dealing with smart luminaires. We're dealing with smart controls, this whole plug-and-play concept, and we're also simplifying things. When somebody moves into a space, let's say it's a boardroom, a classroom, etc., not always at the design side do they know exactly how they want that space to operate. You really have to live within a space before you can actually begin to know how you like it and things you'd like to change. Before, clearly with a toggle switch, there's not much change you can do there. But now with our, intelligent smart devices, really the sky's the limit. Inlight is a very, very capable, distributed intelligent system that allows us to customize sequences of operations based on the owner's expectations and needs. And our three core value propositions are the system, both Inlight and the intelligent luminaires, are simple. They simplify a very complex environment that we're in. They're smart. Everything ties together. It is very much a plug-and-play world now with our controls. And of course, we also have flexibility and scalability.